if you are looking for the very best plug and play tactics for Football Manager 2023, you have come to the right place. Maybe you're just short of time or you fancy a change in tactical style. Here on the channel, I will test the tactics so you don't have to. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at a balanced 3-4-3. Today's tactic is the 3-4-3 Re-Extreme Suplex to the Fire. Now it's set up as a traditional 3-4-3. Let's break some of those positions down for you. Starting at the back, we are going to have a sweeper keeper who is set to defend. You then have 3 ball-playing defenders all set to defend. The left-hand side looks like this, the central one like this, and the right-hand side one looking like this. On the left-hand side of the pitch, you have a complete wing-back who is set to support. You have 2 Segundo Volantes set to attack. And on the right-hand side, you have a complete wing-back set to support. At the top of the pitch, you will have 3 advanced forwards. The left one set to attack, the central one set to attack, and the right side one set to attack. So as I said, 3-4-3 Re-Extreme Suplex to the Fire. Its tactical style is the assembler. It says that its mentality is balance. And if we look at its in possession, it looks like this. Its in transition will look like this. Its out of possession will look like this. So that's today's tactic. I've put it through its paces using 3 teams. We're going to see Wolves, Torino and Real Sociedad. Let's see how it gets on in FM23. Kicking things off with Wolverhampton Wanderers, and we can see that they have finished 5th in the league, qualifying for the Europa League, and their seasonal record is played 38 games. They have won 20 of those. They drew 7. They lost 11. They scored 74. They conceded 44. They had a goal difference of 30. And they finished on 67 points. So they were 5 points outside of the Champions League places. And they were well adrift of Manchester United, who ended up winning the league. If we go back to the profile of the Premier League, we can see that they don't really feature in some of the categories. But if we look at their top goal scorer, it was Guedes on 20 goals. Raul Jimenez did get 17. If we go into the average ratings, we can see Raul Jimenez came in 5th with 7.32 average rating. Ruben Neves was also on the list there. In terms of assists, João Moutinho was their top assister with 12. For Player of the Match awards, we had Raul Jimenez on 6 and Guedes on 5. In terms of clean sheets, let's have a look at where Jose Sarr is. He is in 5th place with 13 clean sheets. Yellow cards, we have Nelson Semedo getting 15, so discipline could be a bit of an issue for your wing-backs, it seems. Distance covered per 90 minutes, quite impressive that Traore is top of that list with 16.56 kilometres covered. Tackles per 90 minutes is led by Nori with 4.32. And do they have anybody for dribbles per 90 minutes? Nelson Semedo in there with 4.5 in 14th place. So if we go back to the competitions tab and just round up everything that had happened. So in the Carabao Cup, they were knocked out in the 4th round by Newcastle United. In the FA Cup, they were knocked out in the 4th round by Everton. And as we said, 5th place in the Premier League with 67 points for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Next up, we're going to move over to Serie A and we're going to break down Torino's season. You can see straight away that they have finished 2nd in the league, qualifying for next season's Champions League. If we break their season down across 38 games, they won 27, they drew 7, they lost 4, scored 93, which was the most in the league, conceded 45 to give them a 48 goal difference, and they finished on 88 points. Now that's impressive because they finished 13 ahead of Milan, but they did finish 7 behind champions Inter. But still, it's quite impressive for a team that weren't expected to be in or around the title mix. If we go to the profile screen, we can see that Sanabria got 34 goals. He had an average rating of 7.58. Vlasic got 14 assists. Sanabria with 12 Player of the Match awards. In terms of clean sheets, we have Milinkovic-Savic on 12. For the discipline, we've got Singo on 17 yellow cards. So once again, wingbacks are going to be susceptible to cards in this tactic. You have Ilkan on 16.07 kilometres covered per 90 minutes. Aina got 3.82 tackles per 90 minutes. He had a 5.18 dribbles per 90 minutes. And Singo 5.08. If we go back to the competitions tab, we can see that they were knocked out in the first round by Brescia, so not too good in terms of the cup competition, but a fantastic season to finish second in Serie A. And finally, moving across to La Liga, we can see that Real Sociedad have also finished second, and they too have qualified for next season's Champions League. And once again, if we break down their 38-game season, you can see that they have won 29 games, they drew 3, they lost 6, scored 92 goals, which was more than Real Madrid. They conceded 32 goals. They had a goal difference of 60, and they finished on 90 points, which is mightily impressive. They finished 3 points ahead of Barcelona and only 4 behind champions Real Madrid. If we go to the profile page, we can see that Sorloth got 20 goals. He had a 7.42 average rating. They had Rico and Kubo on 12 and 11 assists. Sorloth got 7 Player of the Match awards. Ramiro got 21 clean sheets in goal. Zubeldia got 14 yellow cards and Elizondo got 13. Guevara got 15.85 kilometres covered per 90 minutes. In terms of tackles per 90 minutes, they're the first team that doesn't have anybody feature in that category. And in the dribbles per 90 minutes, they had Garosabel with 3.99. So another impressive campaign for a team running this tactic. If we look at the rest of the competitions, they also finished runner-up in the Copa del Rey. They lost to Real Madrid on penalties in the final of that, and they were knocked out in the quarter-finals of the Europa League by Red Bull Leipzig. So all in all, 3 fantastic seasons from our teams. 2 teams finishing in second and running the champions pretty close, finishing above some of the established teams. I think this is a pretty successful tactic test running the 3 teams that we have had. Right, if you've enjoyed today's video, you are still listening to me, firstly, a big thank you. Secondly, if you don't mind hitting that like and subscribe button to help the channel, I really would appreciate it. I have been watching across the past couple of weeks. The support the channel has been getting has been fantastic. If you could help me to continue that, I would really appreciate it. Before you go, don't forget to check out the other content on the channel. There are other tactic tests, there are Wonder Kids, there are rebuilds, there are Let's Plays, there are even hints, tips and tutorials, and a little something for everybody. But for this video, I'm going to leave it there. Big thank you for watching. I'll see you on another video soon.